my goodness, I am so happy that you could come over. Yeah, give me a hug. Oh, I feel like it's been literally forever since I've seen you. Oh no, it's honestly my pleasure. I am so happy that you could come over for tea today. I went to the bakery and I got you a few vegan pastries. Now, it was honestly quite hard to find. I mean, normally in the UK it's like plant-based everything. Nowadays it's so much easier to find vegan pastries, but as a vegan I did know a couple of places to go, and I got you and I, of course, some cherry strudels. I couldn't find actually any crumpets, which was funny enough, but cherry strudels. All of the croissants unfortunately had butter, so I couldn't do that. But I got some vegan blueberry muffins, and then also I got some pumpkin biscuits, which they looked so good. So yeah, I have lots and we can plate them all and it'll be so yummy. Oh no, it is so nice to see you too. I have just been holed up in my flat, like just been working away, working. And you know me, like I love my job so much, so it's not necessarily hard work, but sometimes I'll find myself working so much and then I'll be like, oh my goodness, it's already 8 p.m. I haven't even taken a minute for myself today. Like, when's the last time I even had a glass of water, So it's so nice to finally just see someone, because when you live alone and you work from home, it's also like, it's been 5 days since I've left my flat. I should probably get some social interaction. Oh no, you're just the sweetest. I really appreciate it, honestly. And I did get some extra tea because I know you do love a good peppermint. So I got you some peppermint tea as well, okay? So why don't you just take a seat, get comfortable. And in the meantime, I'll run through the tea options so we can just get going here. I'm sure you're craving a nice warm cup of tea. Okay, so I have the Twinnings of London, the English breakfast, obviously a classic. This is 3 strength. Enjoy the smooth, full-bodied taste of this classic tea any time of the day. English breakfast has recently been my favourite tea, except I found a new favourite in the past 2 days that I've been obsessing over, but normally I just love myself a good English breakfast with a splash of milk. Yeah, I have oat milk, is that okay? Okay, good. Oat milk is personally my favourite with tea, because I find that almond makes it far too nutty. It's too much. I'm not nuts about it. And then I also got a yummy chai, Twinnings of London chai. Now, I haven't specifically tried the Twinnings chai, but I've tried the Tivana chai, and I've tried, what's the other ones? Tim Hortons, just big over here in Canada. What's the other ones? I've tried a couple. I've tried like a really expensive organic one. My favourite is the Tea Pigs, but that one you can only get in the UK, but that's my favourite one. Now this one I hope is okay. It says fine black tea perfectly balanced with the sweet and savoury spice of cinnamon, cardamom, cloves and ginger, which sounds delicious, doesn't it? This one you steep a bit longer, just so that all the cloves and everything can really steep. Now you get all that delicious flavour. I do love myself a chai. I used to be obsessed with chai lattes from Starbucks, or chai tea lattes, TD lattes from Starbucks, but Starbucks doesn't support very good organisations, of course. However, they also, the lattes make me really sick now. I get such a bad tummy ache. Oh yeah, it's too much of the sweets, and the oat milk and everything just makes my belly really, really hurt, so I can't do it. But as you save the money, a chai latte from Starbucks is like £6.50, which is like £4, which is ridiculous. Okay. Next Next up, of course, I have some peppermint tea for you. I already opened these ones because I figured you would want one immediately. The Tim Hortons, and I got this one specifically because it was caffeine free, and I didn't know if you'd want a caffeine tea or not, so I just thought it's better to be safe than sorry and get a non-caffeinated one. Okay, good. I'm glad. Tim Hortons. You know, it's so funny because now, like, living in Canada for a while, Tim Hortons and stuff like that just like become staples in your life, right? But when I go back and I visit family in the UK, they're always like, oh, I really want to go to a classic Tim Hortons in Canada and get all the delicious food. But if you lived in Canada for a while, it's like not that glamorous at all, and they always mess up your order. So it's so funny because I think they've really worked it up in their head that Tim Hortons is like this classic Canadian thing that's so delicious, but honestly it's lost its luster. Yeah, I don't think it's that good. It's much better to get like a box of tea and just make it yourself at home because you save so much money. Though I will say the only part that I do miss about like going for a walk and getting a coffee or a tea is getting out of my flat, because as you know I do have a lot of trouble with that, especially when it's just like I love my flat so much and I love working so much, so why not just stay in my flat for 7 days straight a week. Yeah, well, I was trying to go to Pilates and just, you know, go to workout classes and stuff, but they've been all booked up recently, and so the times that they have them are like noon, and I don't want to go in the middle of the day because I'm working, which is probably the same as everyone else, which is why they are open. So I've just been doing at home workouts. But actually I did one not yesterday but the night before, and for the first time in like months I was actually dripping sweat down my face, because even when I go for a good like 6k run or something, I'm not really dripping sweat, you know, which I probably should be running faster, but mind you, I was like dripping sweat, so I was like, okay, that was a really good home workout, so I might do that one again tonight. Oh, you're welcome to. If you'd like, we can FaceTime and do it. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, I have my current favourite, which is the Tetley Earl Grey Vanilla. This one is so delicious, and I will say it's on the sweeter side, of course, with the vanilla, but it's absolutely phenomenal. So out of all of them, if I could recommend one, I would say this one, but I know you love your peppermint. Yeah, this one, okay. This one is the best, so I'd say you should try it. I'm going to take them out right now. My nails. It's a fresh package. But you know what, I will actually give you a couple of these ones, the peppermint ones, because I haven't really been loving the peppermint recently. Like, I used to be obsessed with peppermint, as you know, we bonded over it, but I haven't really been loving it recently. I just need a bit of a break because I was having like 2 peppermint teas a day, and so I kind of overdid it a bit, I think. So I'll give you a couple to just take with you, and then you can just put them in your bag and have them later, okay? Oh my goodness, of course. And then I'm going to go put the kettle on, okay? And we can have our tea and biscuits. I'm back, and I have my cute little teapot here. How adorable is it? I actually just got this new one recently. I thrifted it, and don't worry, I give it a really good wash, but I thought it was so sweet with the little green. It's just adorable. I love it so much, and the pink flowers. It's just darling. So I'll put your tea bag here. A little cup, of course, and your little teacup, and I'll just make a mess of it. I'll make a real mess of it. Ignore that. Put that on your little plate, and I'll do as well. Don't worry, I'll clean that up later. I don't know how that's literally so messy, but oh well. Okay, do you like any sugar in yours? Good, because I don't have any. Okay, and then I have the Silk Vanilla Oat creamer. This one is really yummy, although it is quite sweet. There's this one if you like, or I have the Zero Sugar Silk Oat, so it's kind of complete opposite ends of the spectrum. The classic one, okay. Pour a bit of that in your tea, just let me know when to stop. Stop, okay, good. Alright, now I'll put some in mine actually. I take quite a lot in my tea. I prefer a very milky tea, which I know it's quite a lot, but it's how I like it, what can I say? Okay, I'll move this teapot over there. I made quite a mess of it, my goodness. How is it? It's so good, right? I find it's just sweet enough. It's delicious. Yeah, like that is so yummy. It's the vanilla in there that you can actually really taste. Like when I first bought it, I was like, okay, you might be able to taste it a little bit, but it sounded quite yummy. And the first time I had it, I was like, oh my goodness, I had like 3 bags the first day, and then I was like, okay, Ocean, you need to calm your cool. Oh, delicious. Okay, I am sure you are dying to try some of these sweets, so which would you like? I can plate you up here. One of each, of course, yeah. I'll plate them all up pretty and then I'll give them to you. Okay, here you go, my love. I've got you a pumpkin cookie with the chocolate chips in it, one of these mini blueberry muffins, and then, oh my goodness, sorry, and then the cherry strudels, which are my absolute favourite, so there you go. And then I also got for myself, I just wanted a cherry strudel and a mini muffin because I had so many of the pumpkin cookies yesterday, and by so many I mean 3, but that was far too many for me, so I need a break from them, but you can definitely take some home if you'd like. Okay, which one do you think you're going to try first? The pumpkin cookie is quite yummy. I just didn't love the chocolate chips in it. Oh, you can hear a police car going by. Someone spilled the tea on what the robbers did. Unless it's an ambulance, then I hope everyone's okay. Alright, me personally, I'm going to try the cherry strudel. Well, not try, I've had it before, but it's just so yummy. This one is by far my favourite here. I'll try a bite of yours. It's so good and flaky. Right, oh my goodness. Just fine. Now these ones are from the Farm Boy. I went to a couple bakeries and actually it's really hard to find vegan sweets, as I was saying, but all that these bakeries would have is like a vanilla cupcake. It's like, I don't want a vanilla cupcake, that's so boring. I have to tell you, I've been recently obsessed with it. I know, it's so delicious, isn't it? You can definitely have another one if you like. I've got tons of sweets. But no, I bought them for you in mind, of course. So I've been watching Vanderpump Rules on Netflix, and Lisa, she's English, and I love her so much. She's so funny, but I was like completely binge watching it, and as I was like typing away, I'd constantly have it playing, right? And then someone would get in a big fight and you'd be like, what's going on? It's like a dog and they see like a squirrel, you know. But I was so obsessed with it. Have you seen it? Oh, it's phenomenal. You have to watch it. You have to watch it, so then we can talk about it and we can gossip about it. Well, I've just been watching it on Netflix. They only put the 2 seasons on there, but I'm trying to find a website where I can watch like the rest of it, because there's 20 seasons. 20, isn't that crazy? It's like watching Grey's Anatomy or something. It's insane, honestly. So I really want to find a website where I can watch the rest of it, because I'm just completely hooked. Like, I cannot get enough. And at the very beginning of the show, you'll see I could not stand Stacy. Stacy is her name, like Princess Stacy. She drove me absolutely mental. And then the more I watch it, she's freaking hilarious. I love her so much. She's just so funny. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's definitely a drama queen, but she's so funny. These are so good, eh? Love them. The mini muffin, right? Yeah, I find that they're like 2-bite little muffins. They're so cute. I could probably gobble up like the whole packet and then not even realise. So delicious. When I went to the grocery store to get these pastries and tea and whatnot, I got another can of the maple beans. It's so funny because beans are like a staple in my family, especially because we're English, you know. It is what it is. We are stereotypical. And I love beans and toast, especially for breakfast. It's so good. And I was telling them that, like, I called my mum up and I rang my mum up and I was like, Mum, you will not believe what they have. They're maple syrup beans, like from Heinz, and they're so good. They're so sweet and delicious. And she was like, that sounds atrocious, like sweet beans. That sounds so gross. And I was like, no, trust me, they are absolutely like one of the best things I've ever tasted. They're so good. Like, if Canada was good for a few things, it's definitely maple beans. Apart from all the other great stuff, maple beans is one of Canada's great inventions. Oh, they're just so yummy, and I just eat them straight out the can. I was honestly thinking, like, today after I do my workout, I might just open a can, eat them in the bath. I've got no shame, honestly. No, seriously, I'll just eat them straight out the can. They're so good. I mean, what sounds more relaxing than a bubble bath and eating a can of maple beans? Maybe a few things, but I'm actually quite full. No, feel free to keep eating, of course. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. I could not wait until you came over. There were far more mini muffins on that plate, and I ate a lot of them, so I'm just full because of that, I promise you. So feel free to have more treats. Another cherry strudel. Oh my goodness, of course, yeah. Do you mind if I just like grab? Okay. Oh, they are so yummy. There you go. No, but if I have too many like sweets, I'll get a bellyache, and I don't want that. I do have quite a sensitive tummy. Like, ever since I was little, I actually went to the hospital one time because my tummy was like swelling like a balloon, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs, and it was actually quite scary. was at the hospital for like 3 days, admitted, and nobody knew what was happening, and none of the nurses and doctors could figure it out. And then another little girl came in, and apparently she had the same thing, not as bad as me, but she would have the same thing where her tummy as well, like a bit. Mine would literally swell so bad, rock hard, that all the nurses would just stand there and they had no idea what to do. They were just like, it was crazy. My mum was like, I've never seen anything like it. And anyways, apparently this other little girl had like the beginning stages of it, so they said it was just the flu and sent me home. And my mum's like, but anyways, I've always had so many tummy troubles, and in the past like 2 years I've probably gone to the hospital like 2 or 3 times for really bad stomach pains, and I just have a lot of digestion issues. Yeah, I mean, you know what they say, it's like a trend over here that like hot girls have stomach issues. I've heard that's like a TikTok trend or something. So yes, I have heard that the hot girls like pickles. I do love pickles, I will say that. Yeah. Oh my goodness, you know, I saw on TikTok, I saw some Harvey's, it's like one of the fast food chains here. They have dill pickle poutine. Oh my goodness, can you imagine? I mean, we can't have it because we're vegan, but it sounds delicious. My mum, she's lactose intolerant. She couldn't have it, but one time when she came to visit, she had poutine and it changed her life. She was like, I would move here just for the poutine. So she would love that, I'm sure. Oh no, she got a really bad tummy ache and was fully bloated and like, you know, really sick. But my mum sometimes doesn't really have good self-control when it comes to being lactose intolerant. Yeah. How are your yummy little sweets? Good. Oh, good. I'm glad. Do another cup of tea or anything? I mean, we could do peppermint if you'd like, but I think it might make you a bit sleepy because it's not caffeinated. I always find peppermint makes me sleepy. Yeah, and you've got a long drive home, don't you? Right, because you're going to your, was it uncle's house? Aunts and uncles, yeah. What are they doing? Oh, that's nice. Oh, okay, yeah, so it's kind of like a family thing. Well, don't get too full up on sweets, otherwise they'll be upset with you. Especially if they're making a big roast, but yeah, I would save the peppermint then for tonight because I don't want you getting sleepy on the drive, okay? Be sure to text me when you get there, I'm just letting you know now. Oh my goodness, yeah, definitely. Okay, why don't I go grab my laptop and we can put on the first episode of Vanderpump Rules so you can see what I'm talking about and we can enjoy our tea and watch it. It's not a very classic, you know, thing to do, watch Vanderpump Rules and drink tea, but it's going to be our new